The beauty of Canva is that you have a lot of the graphic software all in one interface. We can do things that we do in Photoshop. We can get things from InDesign, from Illustrator, and we can also use mockups that Canva gives us. So it's kind of a one-stop shop. And I want to talk about the Canva mockups, and because that's the way you're going to turn in this assignment. So once you completed the 3 posters, you're going to put those 3 posters in 3 different mockups. And so you're going to download 3 different mockups and then upload that to Canvas. Okay, so I'm going to show you where that is in Canva. So let me share my screen and let's go back to our project. Okay, so we've completed these 3 posters. They're all different with different animals like you saw in the previous video. And now what we want to do is we want to put them in a mockup. And we know a little bit about what a mockup is because we use some mockups in class. For the San Diego Zoo billboard. But these are mockups that Canva gives you, so you don't have to download anything. They're all part of Canva's package here. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to download or utilize one of the apps. So we're going to go to apps over here on the left side. I'm going to click on apps. And I'm going to type in mockups as a search. And when I search for mockups, I will see some of the mockups that Canva gives you. Now, the one that I use for this particular example is this mockup icon right here. So I clicked on it. And what it'll do is it'll put it in your doc here. So you can see that I have mockups down here. And when I click on mockups, you can see these are the ones that Canva gives you. And they give it to you in different categories: video mockups, smartphones, print, apparel, computer frames, so forth, packaging. The ones that I used are the outdoor mockups. So I went down to outdoor. You can say see all. And these are all kind of outdoor poster frames, bus shelter, kiosks, things like that. So what I want you to do is I want you to choose 3 different mock-ups for each poster. So one poster will go, let's say, in this mock-up. This poster will go in, another mock-up. Keep in mind, though, that your poster is kind of portrait orientation. So I wouldn't use a mock-up that's horizontal like this. I would use more of a mock-up that's, utilizes a portrait orientation. And what it'll do is it'll fit it in that mock-up and it'll try and size it according to whatever proportion this is. So these are good, but then also remember that this is a mock-up for Yellowstone National Park. And where would we see this? Where would we see these posters? We might see one on a bus shelter, maybe in close to the airport in Wyoming. We might see one maybe in a city, in the city. We might see one. I doubt if we would see one of these, like in a room, or in a theater or something, in a subway station. So choose the mock-ups that you might actually see this poster in. Here's one with an escalator in it that looks like maybe this is a airport or bus terminal. I chose one that actually looks like an airport. Here's another one that's on a street. You might see it there. And then this one right here looks like it's from an airport. Okay, So what we're going to do is we're going to choose one of these mock-ups. And let me just go back to this kind of bus shelter one here. And I'm going to open up a new page for this mock-up. So I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to bring this mock-up into that file. Now, notice how the mock-up is kind of landscape. All of these mock-ups are landscape in orientation. So what I'm going to do is come over and create a new file. So I'll come over and I'll create a new file, and this is going to be a landscape orientation file. And it looks like this certificate landscape, one of the templates is fine, or you can do custom and actually plug it in. I know I did that in class, and there was actually a mock-up that I could have used. But anyway, I'll do this. This is landscape orientation 11 by 8.5, so I'll click on that, and that is our page. I'm going to go now to my mock-ups down here, and I'm going to click on mock-ups, and I'm going to go find that outdoor mock-up. So I'll click See All, and I'll come over to this bus shelter one. And once I click on that, you'll see that the mock-up shows up in this page. And so I'll move this mock-up up to the upper corner here. I'm going to just kind of overlap this a little bit so it fills the whole page. And then I'm going to enlarge this until it fills this whole page area here. And you'll notice that it proportions out a little bit wider than the actual page size. I could make the page size a little wider, but in this case, I'll just kind of slide this over here. And you can kind of figure out like how much area you want in here. I'll use about this much area right there. And then what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to, I'm going to click off here. We're going to have to go into our uploads, and we're going to have to grab one of our uploaded files and drag and drop it in here. Okay. Now you're going to have to create these files. You're going to have to export these files from your original project. So let me go back to our projects. And we had just completed this project here. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me go back here. Okay, here's our project here where we created all three. So what I need to do is I need to download all of these as individual JPEGs. I think they're JPEGs or PNGs. So with my project completed here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to Share. Move this over here. I'm going to go up to Share, and I'm going to click Download. And what I'm going to do is download all three pages as complete files. This is the maximum resolution that I will get based on my free account. If you had a pro account, you can go to much higher resolution, which is nice. And I'm going to use PNG because that gives me the highest resolution. So I'm going to download this, and it will download all three of these pages. So I'll wait for it to do that. Then I'll go up here. I'll grab my zip file and put it on my desktop. And then I'll double click on this and extract the folder. And inside the folder, you will see that I have individual files, okay, of these three posters. Then what you're going to do is you're going to simply go over to your uploads here, and you're going to upload these three files. Now I already did that, so you can see them in my uploads area here. But if you are doing this for the first time, you would just simply upload files, click upload files, and then you would go to your folder and you would upload these three files. Okay. And you would click open, and you can select them all and click open, and then you would have them here, and they would look like this in your uploads section. And okay, so now that I have my mockup here, I'm going to go to my uploads, and I'm going to grab, I think I used the wolf poster in this. And it's just a matter of dragging and dropping this in. You know, in Photoshop, we used smart objects, you know, a smart object layer, and we put it in the smart object layer, and then we saved it, and it applied it to our composite. In this case, we're just going to grab this photo and just drag it and just drop it right on top. And it fills that nice and clean, okay? And the reason why it looks pretty good is because this is a portrait poster and this is a portrait frame, so it filled it well. What it's going to do is it's going to, if it's not proportioned exactly, it will widen it or it'll make it a little bit taller just to fill this section. So this looks pretty good. I like that. Okay, so that one's done. I'm going to add a page now. Okay, another page like this, and I'm going to go grab myself another mockup, and I'll go to mockups again, and this time I'm going to, I think I used, let me see if I could find the one that I used for the bison, which was kind of a centered on a road. I know it was here somewhere. So I'm gonna waste time finding this. I should have had this all queued up, but for some reason I can't find it now. You can never find it when you need it. There it is right here. It was this one here. So I'll click on this one, and then I'll go fill this again, just like I did the first one. I'll just click and drag so it fills that 8.5 by or 11 by 8.5 area, and I'll kind of center this and see how the crosshairs help you center things. So that's perfectly centered. I'll click off of that, and then I'll go up again to my uploads, and this one I use the bison. So I'm going to click and drag the bison and just drop it right there, and it's filling that area. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I've got that. I'll add my last page, and then again go to my mockups, and this one I know is at the very end. This is the one with the airport, and that was okay. I know it's here somewhere. There it is. Click on that and put that up here. Drag that out. And then I'll just kind of move this over a little bit to the left. Just enough. See, I want to get her in there at this ATM machine or whatever. And then click off, and then I'll go to my uploads, and I'll get my crane poster, and I'll click, and I'll just drag it and drop it right on top of that. It populates that mock-up, and so now I have 3 mock-ups, okay, with my posters in it. Once I have this, then I'm pretty much done. So now I have to export all of these out, and this is what you're going to upload to Canvas. So I'm going to go to Share, again, go to Downloads. I'm going to export all 3 pages and just click Download, and it will create a zip file of these 3 mockups with the 3 different posters in it. I'll come up here and drag that down. It's the same name. See, because I didn't name this page, so I'm just going to replace it. Okay. And then I'll open this up, and I should have my, oh, okay. Let me get rid of this one because I don't need that. Let me do this again and go up to this one. I think it's this one. Or maybe it's this one. Huh. All right. Anyway. Let me do that again. All right. So we'll download this onto my desktop, and then you'll see the 3 images in there. Okay, open that up, and I should have my 3 mockups. Okay, and if we looked at this and I double-clicked on this and it opened it up in preview, you can see it big and large, and that's what it looks like. And it's not too bad. I mean, you know, these look fairly realistic. This is a bus shelter. This one is the kind of a kiosk in the middle of a, you know, outdoor walkway. And this might be in the airport. You can see the resolution is kind of bad here because the photo of the mock-up was not high resolution. Again, if you have Canva Pro, or I don't know, maybe they just make these mock-ups low resolution. But this is coming out pretty good, and so that works. Okay, so now that we have these 3, it's just simply a matter of taking these 3 and opening up the Canva assignment and then dropping it in and submitting it. Okay, so that is how you're going to submit that's how you're going to submit the out-of-class assignment for next week. Okay, you're going to create 3 posters in Canva and 3 additional Yellowstone posters, and then you're going to place them in 3 different unique mockups and upload them to Canvas. Okay, so you have 2 videos: one how to make the poster, and 2 how to do the mockups in Canva. Okay, so have fun with that, and I will see you after spring break. Have a great spring break, and we'll touch bases again on Monday. Okay, see you then.